Hey ambitious professionals, it's Linda Raynier of lindaraynier.com, guiding you to a career and life you'll truly enjoy. Now, if you lately, because of the situation that we're in, been feeling a bit stuck, a bit empty, maybe lonely, stressed out, frustrated, and anxious on a day-to-day basis, then this video is for you, because I am going to talk to you. It's a bit of a more in-depth video where I'm going to share with you the reasons why you're likely feeling this way and what you can start to do and how you can start to see yourself differently so that you can feel better about yourself on a daily basis. This is all about boosting your confidence and finding value in who you are. So if you're interested in this, let's get started. As a career strategist, I've had the honor of being able to help numerous professionals land their dream job offers. And so if this is something that you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I can give you details about that at the end of this video. Now, like I said earlier, today's video is going to be a slightly different video from what I normally do, where I'm just sharing my 3 reasons for why I feel you're not feeling the greatest about yourself and how you can improve that. Instead, I want to share with you 3 reasons that I was able to learn from a very specific book that I've been reading over the last several weeks and months. And that book is called A Course in Miracles. Now, some of you may have heard of this book, some of you may have not. Basically, the premise of this book is it's considered a spiritual text. You could see that it's extremely thick. It's not the Bible, it's not a religious text of any sort, but it does have some, I guess, spiritual and religious connotations in it. I mean, I'm just putting that out there. But what I was able to do from reading this book, and I haven't finished it, by the way, I've only read several chapters, is as I've gone through, I've been able to gain some insight and some wisdom that I find is completely applicable in everyday life. And I think this is something that you can do as well with any book that you decide to read, any sort of motivational, uplifting, spiritual or religious book. You're going to be able to find lessons that will apply to you and be able to use them for yourself. So that's what I want to be able to do with you today, is share with you 3 reasons why I feel that you aren't feeling great right now about yourself, that I was able to find from A Course in Miracles. And then we're going to be able to talk about each of those reasons and how we can overcome them so that you can feel more confident and feel more optimistic as the days and months go on. The first reason is a direct quote from A Course in Miracles, and it says, "Our sense of inadequacy, weakness, and incompletion comes from the strong investment in the scarcity principle that governs the whole world of illusions." Now, just to put it out there, the language that they write in with this book, it doesn't sound like the way that you and I would speak. But essentially what they're saying here is that the feeling that you have of feeling incomplete, feeling inadequate compared to others, feeling not good enough, actually stems from a very specific belief that you have, and that belief is called the scarcity principle. What does scarcity mean? Scarcity means that there isn't enough to go around, that maybe somebody else has more and I have less. And therefore, in order for me to get more, I have to take that from someone, or I have to figure out a way to get more outside of myself. So if you can understand that, ask yourself, do I have the idea of the scarcity principle as a belief for me? Do you believe in the scarcity principle? Do you believe that it's a dog-eat-dog world? That unless you're aggressive, unless you go after what it is that you want, and have to push people out of the way, that you won't become more? If you believe that, and to be honest, 99.9% of us do believe that, because we were raised in a society that has taught us to be competitive, that has taught us to look at others as potential competition, as potential enemies, as individuals who might beat us when it comes to, for example, looking for a job. If you feel that that does exist for you and that's a reality for you, then that's the reason why you feel less than. because you don't feel that you are enough as you are. You feel that you have to compete with others. You have to prove yourself. You have to prove your worth in order for you to feel good about yourself. And I'm here to tell you that honestly, that way of thinking and that belief is something that I myself have struggled with as well. And it's still a work in progress for me, because if we hold on to those types of beliefs, what we find is that we'll never feel enough. Because no matter how much we try to demonstrate to the world that we're capable, no matter how much we try to prove to everyone else that we can do it, no matter how much we try to show what we're capable of to the world, we ourselves will never feel good enough, because we're looking to the world to give us that approval. And the truth is, you can't. You can't look to other people to give you approval. If you decide to live your life that way, where you choose to give up your power to other people's opinions, other people's perceptions, unfortunately, you will always feel not good enough. That's the nugget that I was able to get from this one quote, is that your sense of incompletion, your sense of inadequacy, your sense of worthlessness or feeling not of value comes from the idea that your value and your worth exists outside of you. And it doesn't. You already have everything that you need within you. We were born with all these amazing gifts and talents and abilities and a unique personality, and that is what we have to focus in on, and that's what we have to nurture and nourish within ourselves. And being in the situation that you're in now, where you're likely stuck at home, maybe you live on your own, and you're having to deal with these frustrations and anxieties and stress on a daily basis, this is a perfect time for you to discover beneath all of that who you really are. Who am I at the most deepest level, and what gifts and talents do I have available to share with the world? You have to start first with realizing your value, what you can offer. And then whatever it is that you want, if it is a better job, if it is a better home, you're going to be able to get it without feeling that you can't, without feeling inadequate. You're going to be able to get it based on your own sense of inner confidence. That was a really long rant for that first reason, but hopefully I made it clear. And if you can just shift this belief away from valuing yourself compared to others, and instead valuing yourself just based on your own inherent gifts, talents, and abilities, that hopefully will make a huge difference for how you're going to feel in the next days and weeks to come. Reason number 2 why you've not been feeling so great, according to A Course in Miracles, it says, whatever you accept into your mind has reality for you. It is your acceptance that makes it real. This statement is so simple, yet it is so true. Whatever you have accepted to believe becomes your reality. And if you don't look at yourself and you look at somebody else, think of someone else who lives their life where they don't feel that they're enough. They feel that it's a dog-eat-dog world, that to get anything that you want, you have to fight for it, that it's all about competition, that things don't come easily, that it's all a struggle. Imagine how they go about their life, feeling and believing and thinking those things, versus someone who feels more optimistic and more connected to themselves, where they feel that they know what their strengths are, they know what their weaknesses are, and they're willing to be reasonable about that. And then from there, they're willing to trust in their own inner guidance to take steps to move forward. And if things don't work out, they try a different way, but they don't judge themselves as harshly as the person who I just mentioned earlier. Let's talk about you. How is your life playing out right now based on what you've accepted to become your reality? Because the truth is, we all have this power within us to be able to accept certain beliefs. We have the power to determine how we want to see the world. You can see it as a place of opportunities. You can see this experience of living this life as almost as though you are on a journey and you're here to learn some lessons, and you're here to gain experiences, and you're here to experience everything fully. Or you can see this as a never-ending, dreary experience and not really understand the deeper meaning of why you're here. So what I'm trying to say is that what you really want to do is to understand what it is that you are believing. What have you accepted into your reality, and how is that playing out for you? Because at the end of the day, it does not matter what other people think of you. All that really matters is how you think and feel about yourself. To help you with this, I would want you to ask yourself some questions, and that's to say, am I living the life that I deserve? Am I leveraging my strengths and talents and gifts to do what I'm meant to do? Am I satisfied? Do I believe that this is possible for me, that I can achieve the kind of career and the kind of life that I really want? Understand, what are those beliefs that I've accepted? What have I brought in? What have I taken ownership of that I need to release my ownership of? You need to let go of those beliefs that no longer serve you. And that takes work, my friend. This is a time for you to start journaling, to start understanding, diving deep into who you are, so that once you release those negative beliefs, those beliefs that aren't true, and really understand where they come from, you are going to be able to smoothly glide into the next phase of your life, and you're going to be able to have inspiration and gain insights into what it is that you want to really do. Let's move on to reason number 3. Miracles arise from a mind that is ready for them. Now, this is not so much a reason why you're not feeling great as more of just a simple statement that says that people who are ready for miracles, and whatever you want to define as a miracle is gaining clarity into who you are. A miracle is feeling more grounded within yourself. A miracle is being able to access a deeper part of you that is away from the mind chatter and from the judgments, and really being more centered within yourself, more connected within yourself. Those I consider miracles. You will only experience those miracles if you're ready for them. The reason why I brought this statement up as the third point that I wanted to make in this video is because there are people out there who will disagree with me and say that, for example, during this time of being in the coronavirus, we should have the right to pout. We should have the right to complain and be fearful and be filled with anxiety and be filled with stress. You absolutely have that right. I'm not taking that right away from you. If that is how you want to conduct your day, go ahead. But if that is not how you want to fill your days and hours and your energy, if you don't want to sit in that negativity, there is another way. That's all I'm pointing to. If you want to experience miracles, if you want to experience shifts, if you want to feel better about yourself, be more connected to who you are, and be able to listen and hear that inner guidance that's within each and every one of us, if you want to be able to access that, you have the ability to, but you have to be open and ready for it. And those people that want to fight for their right to complain and to be unhappy and to be filled with anxiety and to be filled with worry, clearly they're not ready. So you get to decide for you. Ask yourself, am I making myself ready? Or am I digging myself into a deeper hole of wanting to experience misery and anxiety and stress? Because it is all a choice. I'm just putting this out there. The way you decide to live your life is completely up to you. You have to remember that. That's the truth. You get to decide how your life goes. I mean, obviously, we don't have full control of everything that happens in our life, but we have control over ourselves. We have control over how connected we are within ourselves. We have control over how much effort we put into nurturing, caring, and loving ourselves. So you want to ask yourself, how much effort am I putting into myself? Where I'm prepping and priming myself to be ready for those miracles to happen. Whatever you want to define as a miracle, whether it's another job opportunity, or it's a new relationship, or it's something that you want to achieve. Those types of things will only come to those who are ready. Being ready means you have to do the work, the internal work, to clear out that desire to just want to sit and be filled with anxiety and stress. I mean, every single one of these points that I've brought across, in order to overcome them, it all takes work. In order to figure out who you are deep down inside, that takes a lot of work. And I just wanted to bring this to your awareness that there is a different way to live. So that's the third and final point, is that miracles will come to those who are ready for them, just like opportunities come to those who are ready for them. Imagine, for example, that you're searching for a job right now, but you haven't prepared yourself for it. You haven't done the work of being able to prepare yourself for the interview so you can sell yourself well. You haven't done the work of preparing your application, but there's this amazing opportunity that comes up. Likelihood is that you won't achieve that opportunity because you haven't done the work to match what that opportunity requires. Same goes with everything else in your life. If you want to change, if you want to be more connected to who you are, you have to do the work to get there. If you want those miracles to come, you have to be willing to dig deep, to rise yourself up, and to match yourself to those miracles. So this was, like I said, a bit of a different video, and I went on a lot of rants, but hopefully I have drilled it home for you that there is this opportunity for you to shift. There's this opportunity for you to feel good and better about yourself. And as long as you are willing to do the work of reflecting and understanding who you really are and what you've taken on from an external perspective, negative beliefs that really don't serve you, if you're willing to do the work of shedding them, you will start to see a huge change in how you feel about yourself, and you're going to gain way more clarity into not just yourself, but into other people. Because to be honest, we're all a work in progress. We're all dealing with our own beliefs, and we need to get to the truth of it if we want to be able to be fully expressive and be who we truly are. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Now, if you're someone who is currently on the market for a new job and you are struggling with being able to get those interviews and get those job offers, and you're deciding that you want to reach out to me one-on-one for some professional guidance, then feel free to head on over to my website, lindaraynier.com/standoutgethired, read through the page, fill in the application form, and if it sounds like we are a potential match, then one of my team members will be reaching out to you directly. Now, if you like this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.